Hello everybody, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm finally back. I've been MIA for so long. It's because for those of you that have been following me, you know that I've been MIA because I'm trying to juggle work and my spiritual life. And it's kind of been a challenge, but here I am today, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking my video out. For those of you that have been following me for a while, my eye is doing so much better. Look at that. No more black eye. I had surgery. I had an orbital decompression because I have Graves' disease, and the tissue in this eye was growing. The tissue in this eye did not grow, but the tissue in this eye was inflamed and it was growing and it was pushing on my eye. Just to let you know, those little things you see flying around, those are not orbs, because I'm sitting here and I could see this dust. Like, here's a piece of dust. I just moved a whole bunch of stuff on my desk, so I stirred up a whole bunch of dust. Normally I have orbs all around me, but those are not orbs. Normally, if you see orbs, they'll be very, very bright, and they're not going to just kind of like float by. Like, that's dust. Dust floats. Orbs are like, and they zoom around. So if you see anything that zooms around, that's probably an orb. But if you see anything that just kind of like floats by the screen, that's just dust. Just letting you guys know, because there's some of you guys that watch my video and you're like, wow, Gabbie, did you see all those orbs in your video? So I just wanted to tell you now that I'm seeing them, and I would never feed you guys false information. Anyways, how are you guys feeling lately? I know that there is so much energy coming in, and there's I don't know, something's coming in. I'm not quite sure what it is. The Schumann resonance has been offline for the past 2 days. It went off and then it came back on for a little bit and then it went back off. And I think I checked it this morning and it was still offline. Um, that's not an orb either. That's a fruit fly. I don't know. I had apple slices. I'm sitting in my craft room and I had apple slices in a dish for spirit, and I forgot about them. And the fruit flies came in to feast. So that was a fruit fly. Anyways, yeah. So there's a lot of energy coming in. I've been feeling a lot of strange symptoms. Uh, um, I've had hot feet, and the geomagnetics seem to be normal. I really can't see what's going on the Schumann graph because it's been offline. What else happened to me? On Sunday night, this strange thing happened to me. I was in bed, and before I fell asleep, I kept feeling like this weird feeling on my head, and then I felt like kind of like, I guess it's energy. You know, when some like a static feeling when you rub a balloon on your hair or something, or on your arm, and then you go like this with the balloon and all your hair stand up, and that sensation that you get on your skin, that's what I was feeling in front of my face when I was falling asleep. So I opened my eyes and was like kind of looking around, like, what's in here, who's touching me, and I didn't see anything. And then I don't know, I just drifted off to sleep finally, and I have smoke coming out of my mouth. It's weird. Um, I drifted off to sleep, and at one point I woke up and there was a man, I think. I didn't see his face. I saw his back. He had big shoulders, kind of like my husband, actually. It looked like my husband, but it wasn't my husband because he was laying next to me sleeping, obviously. And he had big shoulders like my husband. And I just seen him. He was just sitting with his back towards me, and I don't know. And then there was like these other beings in the room. I just saw black shadows of people. Um, I couldn't see if they were male or female. All I could see is the form of a shadow, and then they all disappeared. And then the strangest thing I seen in my room was there was this big hole in my room, and it was swirling. And it was just a big black hole. And then outside of that hole, I could see the sky with all of the stars very bright around this hole. And then outside of that, I could see my room. I could see everything in my room, but it was kind of like fading away, like a watermark on a picture or something like that. Like you could see, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I could see my room, like I was awake. I was aware that I was awake and I could see all this stuff. So I kept rubbing my eyes and I'm like, because I just woke up. So I was like, what am I looking at? And it was still there. It wasn't going away. It was a hole. It was a big black hole just spinning. And then the stars were all around it. And those shadowy people just kind of like faded into nothing. Like they just faded away and I just seen the hole. So I was just laying in bed and like, am I really seeing this? So I closed my eyes, I rubbed them again, I opened my eyes, it was still there. Um, and then the man that was sitting on the end of my bed, he was still there too. And then all of a sudden, he kind of just like stood up and just like faded away into this black hole. And then that was that. I was so tired. My eyes were burning because I was so tired. And I was just like, okay, I'm not dreaming, but I really see that hole like swirling around in my room. And I was like, very interesting, very cool. And then finally the hole just kind of like went and went away. It just disappeared. And I thought that was kind of neat, interesting. At this point in my life, all of these strange things that happen to me, they're still really kind of cool. Sometimes they get me thinking, and I'm not really scared of them anymore. I used to be scared of spirit. It was like creepy to have a man sitting at the end of your bed. You're like, whoa, what's that? But I changed my perspective about it. So um, one of the things that I've changed is okay, so like I'm seeing him sitting at the end of my bed. Okay, but maybe in his reality, he can see a woman sleeping in his room. So maybe I'm scaring him. So, I just had to kind of just think about that for a minute. So one day I'm going to be in where he's at, in a different frequency. And I may look back and see somebody else in this frequency and be like, I've been there. um, so, they're it's somebody. So I shouldn't be afraid of them because honestly, they didn't give me any reason to be afraid of them. So I try to communicate with them. And some of you know that because I share the videos of me doing the EVP work and I share my videos of the orbs and stuff like that. So I'm more curious about it than anything. So that big black hole circling around in my room really wasn't scary. It was kind of interesting. And then Uh, there was a bunch of things that happened this past full moon. Um, when I was sleeping, I felt somebody like touching me again, and then my hairs started to actually go up. And I touched my head. I was like, "Oh, that's weird. That's energy." I was like, "Okay, the geomagnetic energy must be really high." So the next morning when I woke up, I checked it, but it was normal. So maybe there's something that's coming in. I'm not sure. Again, it seems like all the charts are down, so I don't really know what's going on. And then, of course, so yesterday I bought my daughter every year around this time we buy those onesie pajamas. And this year she picked out the Fortnite jammies. So when she got home, she wanted to play Fortnite. So of course she comes down and tells me it's not working. It's a big black hole. So I was just like, well, maybe the server is down and maybe they're, upgrading or doing whatever game people do in game land. And then she started to, look it up and stuff like that. And she was like, no, it's been down since yesterday. So then it piqued my curiosity. I don't know why, because I'm not into video games at all. I really could give two shits about video games. I really don't care. I don't even know how to hook the game station up to the TV. My husband does all of that. Don't even know how to finagle with the remote. I could care less about playing video games. But she just kept coming down and telling me that it's still a big black hole swirling around and swirling around on her TV, and it looked like it was kind of breathing. So I was just like, well, let me see if it's maybe, Fortnite's this huge game, so maybe there's some information online about it. So I look it up, and there's some people that talked about it, and I read their conspiracies about it. Then there's some sites that I read that said that their site was down, yada, yada, yada. And I just gave up. I didn't care anymore. I just told her the site is down. Maybe it'll come back up tonight. Maybe it'll come back up tomorrow, yada, yada, yada. And then later last night when I was going to bed, Aluna Ash wrote something about Fortnite. And I was like, what is going on? How does Fortnite, like, how does that fit into our spirituality? How does that fit into this realm of um, enlightenment? Like, why would she be talking about it? So I was reading her post, and then I started to read the comments of other people, and I was like, whoa, like there was a connection. Like that was a huge puzzle piece for me. And then I started to get goosebumps all over my body reading some of the stuff that I read from a lot of the people. And all of a sudden I started to have a vision. Like I seen something. And then I remembered the black hole in my bedroom a few nights ago. And I was like, whoa, there's got to be some sort of connection here. I still don't really know what it is, but it's just really freaking strange. And then on top of that, my devices are acting funny. Like, for instance, this video, I can see myself because I'm recording myself. I can see myself, and there's a little bit of a delay. Can you guys see it? It's driving me crazy, I said. Crazy. It's driving me crazy. Um, but yeah, so something is happening. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling these feelings. I'm having some symptoms. They're a little different than normal. And then all of this stuff with like the gamer world and our world, it feels like they're merging together. And then it's weird because then I watched this thing on Fortnite because, of course, Aluna piqued my interest. So I had to go before I went to bed to watch videos, and I was like searching for more information to find something to validate what I was feeling, or at least see other people's perspectives to see how that would make me feel. And there was this one part of the game where I saw them shooting something at the sky, and then the sky started to crack, and it was like it was breaking the matrix. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it was doing, but that's what I feel like it was doing. Like it was breaking down the system, the programming, and um, it was disrupting the program that we were. It was disrupting the program that we were born into, and then all of a sudden I started to get this vision, and then this anticipation that, whoa, we are literally living in a lifetime that people in 100 years from now, or beings or something in 100 years from now, are going to look back on us and say, this was the beginning of becoming this beautiful divine being living on earth in a human body, kind of like the days back in the Atlantean days. That's what I keep seeing. It's just all of this amazing new crazy stuff. But I also seen a lot of uh, I've seen a lot of fear. It's going to cause and stir up a lot of fear, especially for people that are unaware of everything that is happening. And it's just, I don't know. I saw a lot of stuff in my mind's eye, and I really don't want to tell you guys too much more of what I saw because I feel like I'm going to scare you guys. Because it really, in one sense, I was excited, but then in another sense, I got really nervous and scared. And I kept telling myself, have no fear, false evidence appearing real. And you know, it's just breaking down the programming. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. I just kept telling myself, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. So I'm really looking forward to Aluna's video. I guess she's going to be putting up a video and talking about this. So I'm really anxious to see her video. But that's actually not what my video was about today. I was just kind of talking, sharing, you know. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, so it's just like, you know, I miss you guys. So I just wanted to just, you know, talk about that for a minute. But this video that I made for you guys today, I guess it kind of ties into everything. It's kind of weird how it ties in because I didn't plan this. But there's a lot of you guys that are going through this ascension process and you're new to it. And if you are watching this video right now, it's either because you are one of my subscribers and you are, you know, you follow me, so you're curious to see what I'm talking about. But then there's other people that are watching this video right now, and the reason that you're watching this and you're not one of my subscribers, and if you're not, please hit subscribe and hit that like button too, as a courtesy. But you're here because of the title of this video, and it piqued your interest because you're looking for more answers. You're going through something that you can't explain, and you feel like you're dying, but you're not dying. And I'm here to tell you that you're not dying, okay? It's the Schumann resonance. And it's really not the Schumann resonance, because the Schumann resonance is just a tool to measure what's going on. But for the sake of this video, it's the Schumann resonance, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, by now, there isn't one person on this planet right now, as I speak, on Earth, that has not felt some kind of weird and unexplained physical symptom that makes them feel uncomfortable or even scared, okay? Many people do not understand why they feel a certain way. They kind of just like write it off and they make up excuses as to why they're feeling whatever they're feeling. Oh, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Oh, I worked myself to death. Oh, I played sports yesterday. That's why my body feels like this and I'm out of shape, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And then there's some people that go to their doctor only to find out that there's nothing wrong with them. I'm one of those people. Well, I was one of those people when I was newly going through all of these changes and I was experiencing all of these weird, crazy symptoms and side effects. I thought I was dying. And I went to every single doctor that is out there. And I shared that with you guys in some of my other videos. Okay? So, anyhow, yes, I'm one of those people that would go to see their doctor. My doctors, all of them, none of them helped me. Okay? Some doctors, or should I say, not even some, there's less than some, maybe 2 handfuls of doctors out there are realizing that there seems to be this strange phenomena of unexplained psychosomatic occurrences. Okay? And doctors love to prescribe mental drugs to people that they cannot diagnose. Okay? So be careful. Don't just take things that your doctor prescribes you without researching and or getting a second or third opinion or meditating to go within and talk to your higher self, talk to your divine spiritual team and see what information you receive. Okay? The only mental drugs that you guys really need is good old country air and nature, honestly. But I'm not a medical professional, so I mean, you can take my information with a grain of salt, or you can take my advice and run with it. Either way, if this information is, if this information resonates with you, that's amazing. If anything that I say to you guys does not resonate with you, that is fine. Not everything is going to resonate with you. Just, you know, take what does and leave what doesn't. Okay. Now, there is scientific evidence that, you know, there is literally something happening on this earth, on planet Gaia, on Earth. And, you know, this evidence is from a site that I frequent a lot. And the site that I go to is this Russian website that tracks the Schumann resonance. Okay, and I've shared that with you guys before. Some of you may be asking, what is the Schumann resonance? What are you even talking about? I'm lost. And that's okay, because when I heard about it at first, before I started researching it, I was lost too. So no big deal. The Schumann resonance is a global electromagnetic resonance named by a physicist named uh, Winifred, I think I'm saying his name right, Winifred Otto Schumann. Okay, he was a physicist named Mr. Schumann. We'll go with that. Who predicted um, who predicted the resonance of the Earth mathematically in the year of 1952. 1952 or 62? 52. I think it's 52. The official description from Wikipedia is that the Schumann resonance um, it is a set of, did I say that right? Yeah, the Schumann resonances are a set of spectrum peaks in the extremely low frequency portion of the Earth's electromagnetic field spectrum, okay? Schumann resonances are global electromagnetic resonances generated by lightning discharges in the cavity formed by the Earth's surface and the ionosphere. Okay, was that a lot? If it was, rewind, go back, listen to it again, or Google it. Google it, because some people are people that need to read stuff to understand stuff. So go ahead and check that information out. So basically, lightning, or maybe it's increased consciousness, or both, but something is causing the equipment to pick up on something irregular. The scientific evidence proves that something is disturbing or spiking the electromagnetic frequency on our planet at this time. And it's been doing it for the last couple of years. Holy crap. I thought I just saw a person standing behind me. I mean, I do have Halloween props. Maybe that's what I saw. Whew. I don't know. I feel jumpy. But I didn't see it with my eye. It's weird because when I see spirit, there's times when I see spirit with my two eyes, and then there's times when I see it in my third eye, and then um, it kind of like downloads the information so I could see it with these eyes. Kind of like when you have your eyes closed and you see an image and you think you're seeing it with your eyes, but you're really seeing it with your mind. Does that make any sense to you guys? Maybe to some of you it will. Well, when I sometimes see spirit, I'll see it like that. I'll see it in my mind's eye, and then it will transmute the information to, these eyes, or I don't know how it works out, but I end up seeing it. So I kind of just thought I saw something right here, actually, right here. He was standing right here. I don't know. When I edit this video, I'm just gonna have to look back. It just kind of creeped me out. Anyways, moving forward. What was I saying? So yeah, what was I saying? I hate when I lose track. So yeah, something is disturbing the electromagnetic energy or the frequency on the earth, and it could be lightning. For the most part, it is lightning. But I also feel like it is consciousness too. I feel like as we raise our consciousness and it expands and grows bigger, um, that affects the frequency on the earth. I really, really feel that within my heart, that really affects a lot of the spikes that we're seeing. And it's kind of weird that a lot of these strange occurrences that happen when we're looking at the charts on the Schumann resonance, or I also visit Mr. MBB 333, I think that's his site. I'll link it down below. But Mr. MBB, he has a website too, and that's where I go to look at the geomagnetics. And I don't know, it just feels like a lot of the times when there's a full moon or a new moon, or when we're experiencing discharges from the sun, or meteorites, or there's a whole bunch of things that we can experience. And I feel the energies, and I feel like those things also alter the graphs that we look at, and they have an effect on our planet. And if it's having an effect on our planet, it's definitely having an effect on our bodies, because we are in sync with the earth. Okay. Now, for thousands of years, the Schumann resonance has been measured at 7.83 hertz, or within, the shallow spikes of this, depending on how many storms are on the planet at that time. Now, the Russian website that I look at can be found down below in the description area. I'll link it up for you guys so you guys can check it out. Now, the Russian website is one of the only public sites that releases the information or the data daily on the current Schumann fluctuations. I feel like there's another site. I think the name of it is Heart Math, maybe, or Heart something. I'm not quite sure, but there's another one, and then there's one from Italy. But I didn't really like those two that I found that much, because when I compared it to the Schumann resonance had more information on the graph going into the next day than the other sites did. And I don't know, it just resonated with me more than the other sites. Maybe it will for you too, or maybe you'll like Heart Math better. Heart Math, I think I'm saying it right, the name of the site. They give you a lot of information on their page, and they talk about a lot of stuff, and they educate you, but I just, something about it, it does not, I don't really like it. I don't know why. Just something about it, so I just stay away from it. It's not for me. Maybe for you, not for me. Anyways, I like the Russian one. It just resonates with me. Other sites seem to monitor. That's, I guess, what they're doing. That's maybe why I don't like it. They seem to monitor what they show us, and I feel that the Russian site kind of does that too. I feel like it kind of does that too. I feel like there's more that we cannot see on all the sites, but I feel like the Russian site gives us a little bit more information and doesn't really hide too much from us. But the site has been down for the last 2 days. Maybe today's day 3. It's been going offline like all day long. Then it went back online for a little bit of time, and then it went back offline all day long. And then I checked it this morning, and it was offline. So I don't know if it's back on or not, but what's that all about? I don't know. The conspiracies start to kick in, and all of these things happening, the swirling black hole, the meteorites, the game. I don't know. It's like, is there a connection? What's happening? Do they not want us to see where it spiked to, what level it went to, or what level it dropped to? I don't know. I want to say that there is a part on the graph. It must have done something, because I dream vividly, but since Sunday, I'm dreaming where I literally feel like I it's not a dream. It's real. It's real. I'm there. And then all of a sudden I come back and I'm here. But this whole weekend or the last couple of days, I've been other places, and I remember where I was, and I was doing things, living in different time zones, or realms, or something. I don't know what was happening. I don't know if that black hole that I seen in my room was kind of like a time warping hole that I was jumping through to, my soul was traveling through, the astral travel to get to these other planets, dimensions, realms. I don't know, but something's happening, and we will find out very soon. But yeah, for the most part, I do feel like, the powers that be, when I say they, I mean the powers that be, they do these things like shut the Schumann resonance sites down. They like shut it off so we can't see stuff because, you know, they're controlling what we can see by keeping that data from the public eye. But for the most part, I feel like the Russian site gives us a little bit more. Like they want us to know that there's something going on, but they don't want us to know everything versus the other sites. Okay? So not yesterday, but the day before yesterday was the full moon in Aries. And we also had some meteorite activity. At least that's the email that I got, space weather, that there was some activity out there. And I feel like something big happened, but I cannot see the proof because the Schumann resonance site went down. But I definitely feel like there's something happening out there. And yeah, I don't know. I just can't help. Maybe it's because the site got shut down and it's making me feel that way. Or maybe the site got shut down because, you know, they have to upgrade the system. Who knows? I don't know. It just seems weird that it happened to shut down when all of this cool stuff is going on. My body felt all strange. You know, I've been feeling all of this strange energy influxes that have been coming in, and that's not abnormal for me. I normally do feel energy coming in, but the way I feel it has kind of been intensified. For instance, when I woke up and my hair was standing up, you know, I felt the energy on my hair before and not touch me on my face, but I've never literally had my hair stick up like there was something in the room causing it to do that. Okay. So I'm kind of just curious as to what they're hiding. Are they hiding anything? I don't know. It's just funny that it went down on the full moon, the hunter's moon, may I add. Anyhow, so I mentioned that I felt the energy influxes. So you may be wondering, how does the Schumann resonance affect us? Like how does that energy that's coming in, how does that affect us? Now, as a spiritual being in a human avatar, we merged with the consciousness and the energetic makeup of Earth when we were born into our human avatar to stay in sync with the planetary composition and frequencies. Our human body has a system that recalibrates to the environment when needed. Okay? When the auric field of a human, of our body, is not in sync, however, it is difficult for emotional, mental, spiritual, and etheric bodies to sync with the physical body and the frequency on Earth. Okay? At the same time, a burst in frequency of Earth's magnetic frequencies can force any energetic blockages in the auric field that can cause the physical body to stay at a low or stagnant frequency, also known as ELF, extremely low frequency. Okay? Bursts of higher frequencies are a good thing for clearing of the auric field of our human avatar, of our human body, as long as it is done in moderation or in increments. For instance, if a person were to be shocked, like if you were to go and, you know, plug something into an outlet in your house and you get shocked, okay, you may have a better chance at recovering than being struck by lightning. Okay, even though there has been people that has been struck by lightning and lived. A little bit of energy versus a whole lot of energy all at one time. The spiritual and metaphysical explanation of raising the frequency of the physical body is the higher the frequency, the less dense reality the human will be experiencing. Now, the goal is to transform the dense, controlling reality we are experiencing in a way that unifies humanity in a love-based higher consciousness while still existing in this physical avatar. I was going to call it a meat sack, but I remember many videos back, Spirit asked me not to call it a meat sack anymore. But this human vessel, okay? This can only be achieved by releasing the energetic blocks of the past and of childhood that keep us stuck in a certain and keep us stuck. I'm sorry, I'm looking at myself and I'm trying not to look at myself so much because of the delay, and it's kind of like driving me crazy. I feel like I have another person inside of my computer imitating everything I'm doing, and that's, you know, the delay. I'm just weird. Anyways, um, this can only be achieved by releasing the energetic blocks of the past and of childhood that keep us stuck in creating a reoccurring illusion of denseness and disease, dis-ease. Not disease, dis-ease, okay, in the physical reality. This will allow the physical body to vibrate harmoniously with the planetary frequency and to have a healthy energy flow within the body, which prevents aging. That's a good one. And disease, dis-ease, okay? Now I talked about that, you know, aging and the disease or the dis-ease in a lot of my other videos. And one in particular was, what's the name of the video? How Ascension affects the nervous system, I think it is. Anyways, I'll link it down below so that you guys, for those of you that haven't watched it, can click on it and watch it. Or, you know, if you have watched it, maybe you want to refresh your course on it and you can watch it again. It's really long. I think it's over an hour or something like that. But I do touch base on how it does affect, and it will change how we age, and how our bodies will, I guess, just be more, because we will be more light, because we are changing into this crystalline being. It's just going to change the DNA and everything about our cells that make us, you know, this avatar that you're looking at. We're still going to be this avatar, but we're not going to be so dense. We're going to be more light, not carbon based, not so much carbon based, but more of this crystalline light. I don't know why I'm hearing silicone. I don't know, but I'm this like a silicone, maybe translucent in a way, body, but I'm hearing silicone. I don't know why. Um, but I'm more of a being of light. And again, the only way I could explain this to give you a visual is for you guys to um, read about the beings in the Atlantean days. They were beings, we were these beings in a body, but our body was a light body, but it was still a body with arms, fingers, facial features, hair, and, you know, it just, it was lighter, and I'm trying to pick a better word than powerful. Not powerful, but not magical, but magical in a sense. Um, we're literally going back to being, we are divine, but we're going to look like the divine beings that we were before they put this. Okay, so I'm receiving information from spirit. So I'm trying to give it to you guys in a sense, because they're not telling me, they're just showing me. So we were this powerful divine creature until this happened. And I don't know what this is. It was like we're covered by something. We're covered by something that goes like this. like a dome. We're covered. And that cover is like a block. Now that we have this block, what was here couldn't go there, and what's there can't come here. That's all I got for you. That's all they're showing me. It's like we're covered. What was here is trapped here. What's there is there. And we can't go there and they can't go here because of this dome. So yeah, but we're turning into what we were back then, if that makes sense to any of you guys. If that resonates, that's awesome. If it doesn't resonate, that's awesome too. If you have no clue of what the fuck I'm talking about, just Google the beings of the Atlantean times. And maybe that will give you a better picture of, or, you know, a better explanation of what I'm actually trying to explain to you guys. I feel like I'm rusty at this. I feel like I haven't done videos in so long that I'm just like a rookie or something. I feel rookie today. Something dropped on the floor. So yeah. So yeah, if you are stuck in old patterns and beliefs, or even perhaps if you are eased by complacency into a low frequency, then a burst of frequency can do one of two things. Okay? If you have raised your consciousness enough to realize something is happening, and if you're able to have an open mind and have an open heart, then you'll begin to absorb these frequencies as much and as fast as your mind and your spirit allows them to. Okay, that's one. Absorbing these frequencies causes the water that's in your body to begin to vibrate at the frequency of the spike of what you see when you're looking at the Schumann resonance. That's what I'm talking about. So when the Schumann is spiking, okay, and you're seeing those big white blobs, those big white marks on the graph, and if I can, I will post a picture for you guys so you guys can understand it. I know I've shared them before, but what I'm trying to say, there on the Schumann resonance, there's a bunch of these colors that are on the resonance scale, and sometimes when the electromagnetic energy of the universe is high, you'll see these big white spikes on the graph, even though a lot of those spikes on the graph doesn't really mean that. It's more like, well, it's sound. Like sound is making those big white marks on the graph. I don't know how to explain this to make it make sense. For the most part, those are not spikes. Those are sound spikes, frequency. I guess that makes sense. It's frequency. So when the frequency rises, and I guess when it rises from the universe coming to the earth, I guess it's loud. I wouldn't know. I really don't know. But when I was learning about the Schumann resonance, I learned that those spikes were sounds, because I'm more interested in the amplitude when I look at the graph than I am when I'm looking at the Schumann resonance itself. I'm more interested about the amplitude, the sound, the hertz that are coming in. But I mean, frequency is frequency, and music is frequency. And either way, when the frequency is high or spikes, it's still going to vibrate, and it's still going to, make the water in your body begin to vibrate. So anything that's coming into the earth and it's changing the frequency of the earth's atmosphere, it's going to change the frequency in our body because we are in sync with the earth. Okay? I guess that's all I'm trying to say. I should have just said that in the first place. Now, this could cause many, many uncomfortable symptoms, and I've talked about this 100 times in all of my videos. But in the end, it can also be a testament that something is really happening to our planet, to our consciousness. Something is happening. Something's going on. I mean, you can't have all of this scientific evidence and it's proving that something is going on to have nothing happen. Something is happening, and it's happening to all of us, and we're all experiencing it. Some of us are just aware that we're experiencing it, and some of us are unaware that we're experiencing it, but we're still experiencing it. A few of the most common symptoms of these spikes in the electromagnetic frequency are things like hot flashes. As the body vibrates faster, it generates heat. So you'll get hot flashes. Maybe that's why my feet get so hot because the energy in my body, I guess, is mostly stored in my feet. And my feet are getting hot. Sometimes my hands get hot too, but for the most part, it's my feet. And it drives me crazy because I only feel it at night when I'm laying in bed. And I cannot fall asleep when my feet are hot. So I'll get up and I'll put either, I have eucalyptus oil, I'll put that on my feet to cool my feet off. My husband has icy hot that he puts on his back. I will put that on my feet because the icy hot will make it warm, but then it'll make it so cold and it feels so good, especially when my feet are so hot. It just feels so, it's like yes. It's like it's relieving this weird hot feeling in my feet and it's getting rid of it and it's just like cooling them off. It's like it's putting out the fire in my feet. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm weird. What else? Blurred vision. You could experience like blurred vision, like everything seems like a blur or seems to be blurry, or maybe you're looking around and what seems to be blurry is you'll see like a white foggy smoke around, like a film in the air. You might experience that too. You may experience vertigo, feeling dizzy, like you're just off balance, and that has a lot to do with your ears too, and the water in your body. And what else? Irregular heartbeats. You might feel like your heart is skipping a beat or like it's beating really fast. Mine seems to do that too. It's like it goes really fast and then it just starts to beat normal again. And that'll happen when I'm laying in bed doing nothing. And it's weird. And when it first started to happen to me, I thought I was dying. Those are the symptoms where I thought something was wrong with me and I thought I was having like the beginning stages of some sort of heart disease or failure or something. I don't know, but it scared me at first. Another thing you guys may be experiencing is unexplained pains in your body that may linger for hours, weeks, months, even years. Okay? So we store a lot of feeling and emotion in our body. And when we do that and we don't release what we're feeling and we hold it all in, it will cause pain in certain parts of the body. I've talked about this before. So you have to learn how to forgive, let go, embrace certain things, and be honest with yourself, love others. And some of those blockages will be released, and a lot of that pain in your body will go away. But it's a really long and difficult process. It's not something that you can just be like, oh, I forgive that person, all is good, now my back pain's going to go away. It don't work like that. It's a lot of hard work, effort, and true emotion. I mean, like when I say you need to love yourself and you need to love other people, you have to do it with all of your heart, all of your soul, not just some of it. If you don't, if you're not honest with yourself, you're a godling. I mean, like you can't lie to yourself because yourself knows you're lying to yourself. You can keep telling yourself anything you want. You can make yourself believe it, but it's not going to happen unless it's true. You know, like if you really forgive and you really love and you really let go, and then you can release, and stuff that you're holding in will eventually release and go back to the universe, and you'll be free from it. But until you learn how to really, really love with all of your heart and really forgive and really mean it with all of your heart, you're stuck with all of that pain and all of that trauma and all of that stuff until you can really be honest with yourself. And it takes a lot of work to be honest with yourself. Okay. What else? Some of you guys may experience ringing in your ears. One ear, both ears. You might hear high-pitched frequencies. harmonic tones, and or sometimes feeling like you are going deaf, or you have tunnel ear, like you feel like you're in a tunnel, or like you're in I don't know if any of you guys have ever been in a recording studio and you were in the recording booth. It feels like you kind of went deaf for a minute. It's like you're in a box. You might even have wet, leaky ears, and you don't know why your ears are leaking. It just feels like they're wet. That is a side effect too. Um, I really don't know why ears feel wet. I know Aluna Ash talked about it. I think it had something to do with the pineal gland, something or other. But I definitely heard a lot of people talk about it, and it was never a symptom for me until I heard people talk about it. Then all of a sudden, my ears started to feel wet and leaky. I was like, "What the heck is this?" So yeah, it could happen to you. Not sure why, but it's definitely a symptom. Mood swings are symptoms. Mood swings are emotional blocks, and they'll come up, and they're going to come up because something needs to be resolved. Okay, so yeah, if something is bothering you, try to look into it deeper and see what can be resolved to release that emotional effect that it has on you. Another side effect is feeling very tired, being extremely fatigued, or it can have the opposite effect of being very tired, and you'll have this like huge energy burst. Like you'll have all of this energy. I guess it just depends on the kind of frequency experienced at the time and how the individual is dealing with it. When the Schumann resonance spikes and you see those whiteouts on it, for me, I usually become very energized. When the frequency is very low, I feel very weak. When it's very high, I'll notice other people will say that they have headaches and they're very tired. And for me, I'm like, whoo, I feel wonderful. I wish the Schumann resonance would spike and have a whiteout all the time because I have all of this energy and I feel fantastic. But again, it affects everybody differently. You may also experience increased intuition. And I've been experiencing a whole lot of increased intuition and paranormal activity and weird stuff in my dreams and everything because I just shared all that with you guys. And I just thought there was a person standing behind me. So, yeah. Definitely, you will experience increased intuition, a sense of knowing or remembering things that guide you through difficulties. Let's see. You may have increased sixth sense abilities. I guess that's probably what I really meant to say is the sense ability is what I'm actually have, what I'm experiencing that's intensified. I mean, I always have these strange paranormal things that happen to me, but it's been very intense lately. Like it's becoming more real. Like sometimes when you see a shadow, you see it in the corner of your eye, and now I'm actually starting to see things in front of me, and I'm blinking my eyes, rubbing my eyes, and it's still there. It doesn't go away. So it's like it's becoming stronger, or it's intensifying, or something is the veil is gone, and the spirit world and our world is trying to acclimate with each other. I don't know, but something is definitely happening. Something is definitely different. Something is going on, definitely. Your sixth sense is, for those of you that don't know, is when you can see beyond, you can touch, taste, feel, hear, and see beyond the regular senses that you normally have. Also, you may experience nausea. You may feel like you're very sick. Actually, not too long ago, I think I talked about it. I don't remember if I posted the video, but was it last week? What, last week or the week before that? I was feeling really funky, and I think it was last week. I never throw up. I felt nauseous. I haven't thrown up in years. Like I haven't been sick and threw up in years. I don't remember the last time I threw up. But just last week, I was in the kitchen. All of a sudden, this weird feeling came over me, and I had to sit down for a minute. I put my head down in my hands, and I was just like, "Whoa, what is this feeling?" And then all of a sudden, bleh, I just threw up. I was like, "Whoa, that was weird. I haven't threw up in so long. That was just gross." I know, TMI, TMI. But something purged out of me, and I'm glad it's gone. Whatever it was, it's gone. Um, You may experience flu-like symptoms. We call it Ascension flu. It usually only lasts me like a day or two, if that. But yeah, you may experience flu-like symptoms, and it doesn't last very long. It's the Ascension flu. It will go away. You're not dying. Just take it easy. Drink lots of water. Take care of yourself. You may experience problems with your tummy, or using the bathroom. I know, TMI, TMI. Your intestines. You'll have like issues with that. You may experience extreme hunger or lack of hunger. I go through that all the time. Either I'm really hungry and I eat like a pig, or I'm not hungry at all and I just drink water and coffee all day. And then there's times when I want to eat certain things, and only those certain things. Like last week, I just wanted to eat salad and mixed greens, and I don't like my salad with the mixed greens. I really don't. But I had a craving for mixed, when you buy the container of mixed greens in a container. It's like all these different kinds of salads or something. And normally I don't like a lot of those other greens that are in the mix, but for some reason I had a strange craving for them, so I bought it, I ate it, I'm good. What else? You may experience anxiety. You might have an anxiety attack that comes out of nowhere and you don't even know why you're having this strange, where is this anxiety coming from? You just have this heightened, you're like hypersensitive to everything that's going on around you, and it may cause you to have a panic attack or increase your anxiety. And when that happens, then it forces your body into this fight or flight mode. And it's never fun to feel that. So just kind of take it easy and practice breathing. Listen to your breath. That will really calm you down and help you out a lot. You might experience heartburn. I had heartburn 2 days ago. I haven't had heartburn in like 2 years, because I remember going to the doctors about it, thinking something was wrong with me. And yeah, heartburn. So it's just all of this energy is coming in, and it's just doing all of this stuff to your body. So just hang in there, you guys. You might experience joint pain. I think I just talked about that, or I said aches and pains in your body. Then there's other things that you might notice, and I know I've talked about this in my other videos too. The one of how the Ascension affects your body. It'll affect your eyes. You might realize that your eyes, the white part of your eye, you might see it and they'll be kind of like a pinkish color. Like not red, like when your eyes are red and tired, not like that. More like the whole white of your eye is like a tint of pink. Um, some people, it could be a tint of greenish, like a greenish color. I've been noticing that the white of my eye has been a tint of pink again. It hasn't done that in a while, and it just started up again. Let's see. Pigmentation of your skin, and no, not because we're going into winter and you're getting less sun, but for real, like the pigmentation of your skin may be starting to change. Maybe it's looking more like a darker color, like a browner color. Even though I'm fair, pale skin color, I still notice like a not like a yellow, but kind of like a mix of yellow brown color over my body. And it's not because I'm was in the sun or anything. I haven't been in the sun for a while, but it's just the pigmentation of my skin changing. Everything is changing. My DNA is changing. So is yours. Um, I'm just aware of it. Maybe after this video, you're going to be aware of it too. So what else? I've also noticed, I haven't really noticed any aging on me, which is a good thing. And I touched base on that too before in one of my videos. A lot of people at my job cannot believe how old I am. And they ask me, what do I do to look like this? And I really don't have an answer for them. I mean, I do try to take care of myself, eat, drink healthy, and, I feel like just this whole process, this path that I'm on, has a lot to do with the way what's going on with my body and how I look. and you know, what's going on with my DNA. It has a lot to do with, you know, just taking care of yourself and going through this process and just changing. I mean, we're all changing, and I'm here to experience this, so I'm embracing it. So I feel like knowing that I'm here going through this and I'm embracing it is, it has a lot to do with, you know, why a lot of these things are happening to me. It has a lot to do with the nervous system and everything in the body, all the way down to your cells, your blood, everything. Um, but yeah, I did go into full detail about that in my last video. Not my last video, but again, I'm going to reference the one about how the ascension affects your nervous system or your body. I don't remember the title of the video, but I will look for it and I will link it down below. Now, as you can see, some of these symptoms that I just spoke about, some of these side effects could negatively affect our human avatar, our human body. If you are going through it, or if you have already gone through it, you already know that these symptoms, you know what they feel like. You know what they're going to do to you. You kind of have the gist of how to deal with it. And, and when they persist without you doing things to help the body acclimate, it could feel like your body is literally just shutting down. And it may make you feel like, it make you feel as if you're dying or if something's wrong with you, having all of this, stuff that I just talked about, mentioned happening to you. Leaky ears, rapid heartbeat, you're sweating, your feet are hot, your head is hurting, your knees hurt, your back hurts, you have heartburn. I don't know. You feel like you have the flu. I mean, it could make you go crazy and make you call every single doctor that's out there and say, hey, what the hell is going on with me? And then your doctor tells you, hey, nothing's going on with you. You're 100% healthy and fine. It's all in your head. And then you start to think, oh shit, I'm crazy. I'm going to have to take these psycho meds to make me feel better. And then that could make you go into a depression. And then that depression can make you feel like that nobody understands you. Something's wrong with you. You're different. You're a wacko. And none of that is true. You are divine. You are 100% okay. You're not dying. You're not a wacko. Your doctor's just the dumb dumb. Okay? Because he's all scientific and shit. And he doesn't care about the metaphysical part of this. I feel like science and spirituality should merge together and there would be a better understanding of what is going on. And I feel like more doctors should get on board with the spiritual aspect of everything in their profession. Just my opinion. Anyways, for the most part, you're not dying. You're fine, okay? You're not dying. You're just going through this metamorphosis stage. You are divine. You will never die. You never die, okay? You transform. Okay, your body is changing to keep up with your energy in the earth. It's changing to keep up with the changes that are happening around us. The earth's energy is changing, therefore our energy is changing. The frequency changes. We're forced to change to become in sync with that frequency. Okay, if you can't, then you will not make it. You'll transition. You won't stay here to keep going through, the cocooning stage. Jeez, I couldn't spit that word out. But yeah, so your body's changing to keep up with your energy in the earth and the earth's energy. The changes in the universe, everything is changing. So yeah, you may feel like you're dying, but just know you are not dying. You're not dying. You're going through a metamorphosis, okay? You're going through the metamorphosis stage. You are divine. You'll never really die. You're not dying. Your body is changing to keep up with your energy and the earth's energy because the earth is changing. These changes in the universe are affecting our earth and they're affecting us, our bodies, okay? We are making cosmic history. I tell you guys this all the time. We are making cosmic history. You are a godling. You are a fractal of source. Think of your body as clothing, okay? You outgrow your clothes as your body changes, as you grow. That's what's happening. That's what's happening to us. We are outgrowing our avatar, and it's time to change frequencies. It's time. Find one that fits you. Find one that makes you feel happy. Let the purge begin and allow yourself time to acclimate to these changes that are happening. Okay? If a person is completely unconscious and is not caring and they're not compassionate, they're not an empathic human or a souled human, if they don't have a soul, because there's some people that are walking around the planet that don't have a soul. And if you are new to all of this, check out Florburn. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. And I'll link her below. She talks about this all the time in her videos. When I heard her say that, I was like, what? But then when I listened to her videos about it, I was like, whoa, I get it. Now I get why certain people are certain things. And now I can see it. Now that I'm aware of it, I can tell. It's weird. It's really weird. And when I am around somebody that is soulless, I get the hell away from them because they are kind of creepy. Not kind of, they are freaking creepy. Anyways, if these people are not compassionate, empathic, or soulless, then these frequencies that are happening, that are coming down on our planet, will irritate and disturb and will most likely not be integrated because it's going to disturb their energy field and it's going to make them cranky, very sick, a lot of things. It's not going to resonate with them. The resonance is not going to resonate with them, okay? So they will not be able to integrate it. They will not be able to download it. And these type of people will stay at a low frequency and will not benefit from the incoming waves of energy that are coming in. And I feel that these people will transition because they will resist the purge and will not be able to acclimate to the changes and may cause them to die from, a disease, some sort of disease or some sort of heart malfunction of some kind. It's going to affect their heart for sure. So, they're going to end up transitioning. Their physical body will just shut down because it will not be able to stay in harmony with the planet's frequency. Unfortunately, some people are not handling these changes very well. That is why we have seen so many people transition from the same cause. And I also want to say that some people that are committing suicide are doing that because they cannot handle what's coming in at them, around them, and they don't have somebody that they can talk to teach them how to embrace these energies and go through these changes. Not everyone, but there are a lot of people out there that are committing suicide or have committed suicide because they're depressed and they just, a lot is going on in their life and it's just causing a lot of chaos, and in their mind it's making them go crazy, and in order to get out of that crazy they have to just kill themselves to release their spirit from their body so they don't have to live in that misery no more. Now, I'm not saying that that's why everybody commits suicide. I'm just saying that there is a majority of people out there that are committing suicide because of the energies that are coming in, because it's making them so crazy. So if you know somebody that is, kind of low vibrational, very depressed and stuff like that, you can try to talk to them and give them some insight to know that you are there for them, and maybe that will change their perspective. But I mean, this path that we're on is individual, and we all have free will. So I mean, everything is as it should be, but just be loving. If everything is as it should be, the thing you want to always be is loving. Okay. Now there is no judgment in any of this that I just said. No judgment at all. This is a non-judgmental page, non-judgmental zone. I'm not judgmental at all, okay? Sometimes it might seem like I am. I'm not. We all have free will, like I just mentioned. Some people did not choose to go through this shift in frequency, or simply did not have enough energy left to handle any of this, energy that's coming in to change frequencies or to acclimate to the frequencies. And no one ever really dies. So if somebody in your life passed away, just know that they transitioned. They turned into something else. They're not dead. You're just not seeing this, avatar anymore. They're not wearing this clothing anymore. They're not this. They are still them. They're just not in a form that you're used to seeing them in. Just know that. Okay? Um, they move to another frequency outside the constraints of the physical body, and they go where they need to in order to continue on their journey. Remember, this path is individual, so they go wherever they need to continue their journey. Okay. Now if you're still here, and you are, because you are still watching this, I'm going to tell you how to acclimate the body to accept the higher frequencies that are coming in. There are many, many ways to help yourself adjust to the energies, but here are just a few of the most common ways. And I've also talked about this in a lot of my videos. For those of you that have been following me know this, but this is a refresher for some of you guys. Meditation. Meditation. I know. Years ago, I thought meditation was so cliche, and I laughed when somebody told me to do it. Um, but I enjoy it now. I can't say I love it because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to. But I found different ways to meditate because there are different ways that you can meditate. And I say because there was the sit down, quiet your mind, and sitting on the floor, kind of going within, that was like, that was the hard one for me. But I'm starting to enjoy it now because I see the benefits that it has given me and shown me in my life, and it has changed a lot for me. So yes, meditation, you guys, not the kind of meditation to connect, with astral beings, or have an out of body experience, even though those are fun, and I do that. Those ones at nighttime, sometimes, not all the time. But meditate, find peace. Take a break out of your busy life, out of your daily life, to stop, just press pause on your third dimensional life just for a moment and breathe. Meditation and focusing on energy or energy flow works best when you are in nature. Well, for me, it works best when I'm in nature. So go outside for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It's not going to kill you guys. 15 minutes out of your whole day. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or whatever, whatever floats your boat, you have 15 minutes to meditate and go outside into nature and go within and find peace. Okay? Only 15 minutes, and you will thank me later. Just listen to your breath, or listen to the birds, or the wind, or the water, or the traffic, or the kids playing in the park, or wherever you're at. Just find peace, peace, peace in the moment that you're sitting in. That's all. Grounding or earthing is another great way to adjust to the energies. Go outside barefoot. Okay, it's not gross. It's very relaxing and very good for you and your body to entrain with the earth's energy. So go outside barefoot, on the ground, in the grass. Put your little tootsie, your little toes, wiggle them around in the grass, and feel the grass and the earth and the dirt beneath your feet, okay? And spend time in nature for a few minutes, 15 preferably, every day, and appreciate what's around you. Appreciate, look at the trees, look at the grass, look at the sky. Breathe in the air and thank nature for her beauty. Just acknowledge her. Basically, just acknowledge her and be in nature. Take a sea salt bath or an Epsom salt bath. I make these baths and I sell them personalized for you, for whatever your issue or problem is that you have. Normally people will email me and tell me, hey, I can't sleep, or I'm sore, or I have a lot of sinus issues, or whatever it be. I personalize these salt baths for you guys. And if any of you guys are interested, all my information is down below. But yeah, you'll want to take a salt bath or an Epsom salt bath or something like that for at least 30 minutes. No table salt. Table salt is toxic salt. Remember that. Toxic. Table is toxic salt. Okay? So you want to take a bath in, the Epsom salt or the sea salt for at least 30 minutes in the hottest water that you can handle. You don't want to burn yourself to death, but you do want to take it in a nice hot bath. And you do that once a week, and that will really help you out a lot. You can also go swimming, or you could sit by water. That also helps. Eating grounding foods helps. Eating potatoes, beets, carrots, radishes, onions, stuff that grows underground. Asking your higher self, source, angels, ancestors, or your divine spiritual team to assist you in the acclimation of this process, especially if you are suffering from a lot of the aches and pains that you're feeling from this energy that's coming in. Ask your divine team, or whoever you're asking or you're talking to. Ask them if they can lessen the energy that you are receiving, because they're around you all the time and they can help you, but they cannot help you if you don't ask them. And they don't know how much pain you're in because they don't have a body to feel pain. Okay? So if you ask them out loud, they can help you, they can assist you, but they can't help you unless you ask them, because of the free will law. Okay? Drink lots of water, lots of pure water, not fluoride and fluorinated water. You want to stay away from water that has fluoride in it. Most water that has fluoride in it is probably your tap water. Add lemon and lime. That will help alkaline your body. Rest. That's another great way to help yourself. Rest, sleep, relax. The body has, this uncanny ability to do too much of its resetting while it's asleep, or while it's laying still. So if you are tired, don't fight being tired. Go take a nap, go lay down, go rest, go put your feet up. Learn to listen to your body. It's always trying to talk to you, and it gets louder and louder when you ignore it, or painful. When I say louder, painful, that's what I really mean. When it's getting louder and louder, it's getting more painful. Love yourself. Loving yourself and caring for your body. Take time to honor yourself, pamper yourself, love yourself. Take yourself out, show yourself a good time. Get a massage, but take care of yourself. Self-love, okay? Get physical, do gentle exercises like because these exercises will help move the energy around in your body to release blockages, and it encourages proper energy flow. Yoga is a great way to do this, or dancing. Dancing is another great way to do this. Dancing, walking, riding a bike, jogging. Sex is another way to release energy. Eat whole foods. Stay away from processed or GMO foods, and try to limit your sugar and dairy intake. I'm not telling you guys that you have to stop eating sugary stuff, or stop eating cheese or whatever. Just limit your intake. That's all. Limit your intake. Eat it in moderation. Seek spiritual counsel or guidance, or talk to a life coach with experience, or who is an expert in understanding of the cause and has knowledge of holistic treatments. Listen to your body and do what feels right, okay, to make it comfortable. Now, I hope that this video was satisfying and validating to some of you guys. And yeah, I'm going to try to get into the swing of things to do more of these videos because I really miss sitting down and creating content and, hitting record and recording and editing and rendering and uploading. That usually brings me joy. And this feels good. I feel like, yeah, I'm back. But we'll see how long this lasts because I'm still juggling on how to, you know, I feel like I have two lives, my life at home and my life at work. And, it may sound silly, but it's really been a struggle. I am still doing readings. I still do tarot card readings. I am still doing them by donation only. So if you are interested in a card reading, you can email me. And again, it's by donation only. If you're interested in a personalized salt bath, email me because I'll have to talk to you to figure out, what kind of salt bath to make you. And if you are interested in a numerology report or reading, yes, I'm still doing those too. You can email me, and they are still $11.11. Um, I guess that's all I have for you guys. I'm sending you guys lots of love and lots of light. And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. And I want to thank my regular followers. A lot of you guys have become my friend, and I talk to you guys on a regular basis. And we email each other and we go back and forth and we talk. And you guys have become a part of my life. And I love you guys. I love all of you guys. Mwah. Talk to you later. Bye.